So in this video, we're going to be talking about setting up your store. So this is where we're going to start seeing some success. If you've got your store up and running correctly, this is where we're going to start making money, which is the good thing for it. So we're literally getting down to it now, guys. We've done our market research, and now we're getting down to setting up our store so we can start selling our products. So with Shopify, you have different pricing points for Shopify. So the best thing is, guys, you got 14-day free trial. So the best thing is when you know you're near enough ready to start getting into putting your products on your site itself, you can start taking the 14-day free trial. It's always good to have a look around Shopify, how it works and everything. So it's really good that they give you that free trial. But I guarantee you guys that 14 days will breeze by. So you go looking at the next packages. You got the basic, which is $29 per month. You got pro, which is $79 per month, and ultimate, which is $179 per month. You get different features in each one, not a lot difference to be honest, but to do with the card processing fees, which are different, I believe, in each country. So what I've done is I've linked to this at the bottom as well of this video. So shopify.com/pricing, and then you can obviously see the different pricing structures. But to begin with, guys, you can probably start with the $29 basic one, and then within time, trust me, within a few months, you're probably looking to go to the $79 Pro one. There's a few features on $79 Pro one. I think like cart abandonment, it shows us some on the Pro one, which is why I normally go straight into that one there, guys. So as you can see, this will be where the first bit of spend comes out, because we're starting to build our store. So we're going to be looking to have to actually spend some money on it, unfortunately, which is not a bad thing to say. We've still got $500, so we're going to take $79 out for the first month on that. But I say it's a good way looking forward that we're starting to spend money. So we're spending to obviously make that money back, guys. So with your payments, different options to do with payment. You can either use PayPal Business. I've used that in the past. You've got Shopify Payments. Skrill is one I do really advise and I do use. I'm not sure if it's available in all countries. You should look into that, but I've got a merchant account with Skrill and all my transactions go through there. It's similar to PayPal, but if you know me and my past experience with PayPal, I've had disputes, I've had issues here and there. They've held my money for X amount of days for no reason. So I'm just not really a massive fan of PayPal, to be honest. I know I have to use it for some certain things, but I'm not a big fan of it, to be fair with you guys. So it's one I do try and stay away from. But my experience is going to be different to your experience, guys. You may like PayPal, you may use it currently now. So go ahead if you do enjoy that. But like I said, the Shopify normal payments as well. And you've got third-party gateways as well, which I'm going to probably link to the bottom here as well. Another option which you can go for. Shipping. So shipping is an interesting one. It all depends on your distributor. So whoever's going to be drop shipping your product. So this is what you got to think and realize from here, guys. If you're going to be having 2 or 3 different people drop shipping for you, your pricing is going to vary when it comes to actually shipping the product out from your actual website. So what people are going to see on your website when they're buying, you need to make sure it kind of is the same as what your distributors are going to be charging you for the shipping, or at least the amount is actually covered with what your customer is actually paying for you. Because you don't want, for example, one of your distributors to be saying it's $10 ship a product and one saying it's $20 to ship a product, and you're already charging your customers $5 ship a product. So you need to work out this with your distributors. And like I say, this is why you need to know your numbers, guys. It's all about the numbers game. If you know that from the off, you'll be totally fine. But it doesn't matter, you can have 10, 15 distributors, guys. As long as you kind of know the point on where your max person is who's going to ship out your products, you can obviously vary it and to kind of make sense with the rest of your products, how it works on your website. So it's all about speaking to your distributors and then making sure it looks exactly the same on your website. So that's what we've got to make sure. So if you've got one distributor, it's fine, because you can probably get away with obviously the weight and etc., which you can put in Shopify, deciding how much it's going to cost to ship certain products. You may want to do free shipping on some products. Again, if you know your numbers and you can figure out if you're buying a product for, let's say $20 and you're selling it for $60, you can maybe say free shipping, because you're making $40 profit, and you can maybe take a bit of the shipment out of that, but offer your customer free shipping. So it's just little ways of thinking about it from now, guys. But you need to make sure you have the shipping locked down. When you have your own products in your own warehouse, it's a little different, but drop shipping, you need to kind of have be fully aware of what's going on in regards to shipping. So when it comes to your site design, this is really important, because you want to keep it as simple as possible, keep it clean. There's many themes that you can go for within Shopify. Many of them are free. I always say go for the free themes because they work really well. I know you've advised going for a white background. You can customize the front of it because you've got to realize this is the first thing your customers, your prospects are going to see when they actually come to your website. And the main thing is you can always customize it later on. So websites that I've had from the beginning probably look totally different to now. And the same with pretty much every website I've done and gone through, because you're always going to be changing, you're always going to be tweaking things. And if you're not tweaking things, how do you know what's working on your site and what's not working on your site? How can you make improvements to your website at the same time as well? So I think you're always going to be testing and changing things. So you got to realize that you can always change it, customize later on, but you want to keep it as simple as possible so people can come to your website, they can see it, they can enjoy it, and they can just navigate around it as easy as possible at the same time. So you keep it simple, keep it clean is the best way for it. Here's an example here. This is Blue Kicks. This is one that I found on Shopify, one they recommended, but I do really like this website here. If you look at the top, they've got their hello bar. So New Year's sale, up to 40% off shop now, for example. They've got a nice logo there, Blue Kicks. It obviously corresponds really well with the actual product. And it's just nice and simple. It's got the live chat in the bottom corner. You've got the free page, Our Kicks Give Back, so you can learn more there. Shop new Sunski, new gear. Holiday pop-up shop. So it's really simple. They've got a banner there as well. Nothing too complicated, guys. It's just very simple, straight to the point. Looks very professional as well at the same time, guys. So I'll definitely shop on a website that looks like this, and you want to have that same impression as well. You want to put yourself in the customer's shoes. When they come to your website, can they look at it and think, this is a professional website that's been around for a long time? So when you go to your own website, you need to have that feeling. You need to make sure it looks the part, that you come here and navigate around and buy products easily. That's what you want to do, guys. So speaking briefly then, but we wanted to talk about logo. So again, you want your logo to be simple. And you want to relate to your demographics. So for example, if you're selling to 70, 80-year-old, you don't want something that's going to have like maybe flames and rock star people coming out of the logo, for example, graphics. You want to keep it, make sure you know your demographics, i.e. why I went for the perfect customer, so you kind of know who you're going to be targeting, what colors are going to be right as well at the same time. That's the best way of doing it. And you've got Fiverr.com, best way to go get some logos, cheap and easy. Another $5 you'll probably spend there. Normally with Fiverr, it probably costs a little bit more. I think probably $10, $15 if you want to get the PSD files as well included with that, guy. So that's definitely something you want to look into. So when it comes to your product pages, this is a very important page or pages on your website. So you want to ensure that you've got quality images. It's quite hard sometimes to begin with getting quality images, because where do you find your actual images for your products? Because if you are selling directly from AliExpress, for example, or you're selling through like eBay dropshipper, you need to be able to have product images that you can use on your website. So there's a few ways of doing it. You can either use the images that are supplied by the distributor or the wholesaler, but sometimes you need to make sure they don't have any watermarks on it, any logos, and make sure they are clear product pictures. Sometimes you can get them to retake pictures for you as well, or you can sometimes, if you know someone on Photoshop, and there's some service out there, or again on Fiverr, you can get them touched up so they look quite clear and crisp. But you want them to be good size, relevant size, so then people do zoom in as well. They can see the detail of the product. So that's one main thing when you get images, because people buy from images. If they see a good product that they like the look of, that's going to help increase your conversions towards your product. Your product name is important as well. Quite self-explanatory. You want to have your product name so people can recognize the product, and obviously it's going to help as well in terms of SEO if you're listing the product names correctly. Stock description. You want the stock description to be as close to perfect as possible. We're going to go into more detail on this when it comes to the copywriting section, but stock description is going to be what hopefully helps your product to sell, and again, it's going to help for SEO later on down the line. That's same with meta titles as well. So you want to have the right titles, i.e. name of your product, name of your store, or name of product, category, then store. You want to have that all set up as well within Shopify. Other important pages which do come really pre-installed with Shopify, but you want to have your About Us page. On your About Us page, you want to break it down exactly what you guys are all about, what your website is, what you do, how you came about it, how long you've been in business for. Maybe you want to put later on if you establish business, etc. You want to have as much information on there so people know who they are actually buying from. You want a contact us page. You can have your number on there if you've got your number set up. You can have just an email address on there. And when using contact us page, guys, do not use generic email, i.e. like Hotmail, Gmail, AOL accounts. You want to use your own domain one on Contact Us. I see a lot of people using Gmail accounts on there and it just looks unprofessional. You run a professional site and you wouldn't go to somewhere like Apple and see them using a Gmail website or any other website out there like Ryman's, for example. You wouldn't see them have a Gmail account. Contact us at rymans@gmail.com. You do not see that there, so you should now take that into practice as well, guys. And you want a guarantee page as well. Again, this depends on what you speak to your distributors about, what they can guarantee if it's going to be there in 30 days, the quality, etc. You want to have something on there as well with that. Returns exchange, again, talk with your dropshipper, your distributors, but you want to have a returns policy on there. Most distributors, 30-60 days is normally the case, so you want to kind of make sure yours return exchanges do lead towards that as well, and same with exchanges, so you want to keep that coherent with what your dropshippers suppliers are actually offering as well. And like I said previously, your shipping page as well. So once you spoke to your dropshippers, you'll have a shipping page describing obviously what your shipping rates are, how long it takes to ship, and so forth. Because that can be the way why some people will buy from you or why some people won't buy from you depending on your shipping. And when I go to buy products, say look, put yourself in the customer's shoes again, I always look at the shipping page first of all. I want to see how long it's going to take for my product to get to me. That's what I want to see. And the returns exchange, if I'm spending a lot of money on a product, I want to know that I'm going to be able to return exchange it. If I was buying a cheap product like between $5 to $15, for example, or even $5 to like $50, the return exchange page is not going to be something I'll look at that too much detail about, but shipping, I'm going to want to make sure that my product's going to be with me in a good amount of time. And last thing, guys, you want to know is just remember you can always make adjustments later on. It doesn't have to be perfect straight from the off. You can always go back. You can always change your product picture. You can always change your description. You can always add more to your About Us page. You can add more images. You can add more products. You can always do more. The main thing is just getting started. I don't want this to hold you back and think, okay, I've not got all my descriptions ready. I've not got all my product images ready. I've got 5 I'm waiting for to get edited. If you've got one, put it up there. Start selling straight as soon as possible, guys. And this is what I keep teaching, and this is what I keep saying to you time and time again. It's all about just getting going, starting to build up momentum, and everything will start falling into place for you. So I just wanted to put that in here as well, so you kind of got an idea of what going forward, what you need to be doing. Just get started with it, because this is the stage now where you're going to have a website that's going to be live, and you're going to start actually making some sales. So you're going to start seeing return on your investment. We've not spent too much yet. We've got a bit of budget now to start doing some advertising and going forward from there. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.